Thomas Ramos helping Toulouse with a huge away win in the Champions Cup. The 20-8 win over the Sharks in Durban. 30-degree heat, 80% humidity. That ball was like a bar of soap. Ton of handling errors, but still lovely bits of play in between that. Sharks went missing. Physically not up for this game at all, and will want to forget about it very, very quickly. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the game. Who played well, who didn't, who was your man of the match. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. We'll stay on the Sharks first. Like I said, 30-degree heat, 80% humidity. That ball was slippery as, and handling errors all around. Sharks came out throwing the ball around, looked really good with ball in hand, had the first opportunity to score points. They had a penalty 5 meters out, kind of right in front of the poles, didn't go to posts, went to touch, and Jordan Hendricks had kicked the ball dead. If that's not a coach killer would be Jaden Hendricks. Another opportunity to score, and this was right at the end of the game, also kicked the ball dead for a penalty. Not as a kicker, not what you want to be doing. I've done it plenty of times, and I'm sure these guys have done it as well. And it's definitely not something you want to do. You let the team down massively. I thought both teams used the box kicks or up and unders really well to apply pressure. In that regard, I think Kinghorn was just eating them up all day. He's so good with under the high ball, really gets up high above any opponents, and just gobbles up those up and unders. I thought Sharks struggled at ruck time early on, leaving a lot of isolated rucks, and this was targeted by Toulouse, especially by guys like Jack Willis. Got wrongfully penalized once, I saw at least. But man, he's so quick over the ball, and I thought Sharks are really lazy in that regard, or just not backing up their ball carriers. So their ball carriers were getting meters, and the next player there, or the next support player to clean out that ruck, was just not getting there quick enough. And Toulouse were really punishing them in that regard. Like I said, a ton of handling errors, killing both sides. Still, I thought both sides wanted to play, which was great. I mean, if it was just the weather, so 30 degrees, yes, lovely, throw the ball around, but that humidity, making that ball sweaty, and man, so many handling errors didn't help both sides at all. You almost wouldn't say the Sharks were the home team, because they looked like the ones that didn't train in this weather week in, week out. They looked like they've just come from 5-degree snowing weather into 30-degree heat. Like, they looked lazy. They looked out on their feet. They looked like they were the ones with hands on hips, hands on knees, really, really tired and struggling to keep up with plays. Probably credit to Toulouse, obviously bringing their full-strength squad, but these guys just go regardless of the weather, the conditions, whatever it is. They've come from 5-degree cold, snowy temperatures into this weather and just taken it on board and gone with it, where Sharks look lacking, even though they've been in this weather for the past, or for their whole lives. It's hot in Durban. It gets really hot in Durban. I will say, though, Lorenzo Julius, the boogeyman, the spark the Sharks needed, probably should have come onto the field a lot earlier, sooner than he did. Oh man, what a try. Great bit of play to set up the line break. Nice little offload. Gets back up. Gets in for that second effort. Collects the ball. Little step and goes over in the corner. Like I said, that energy was needed probably a bit earlier on in the game. But when you talk about energy and you talk about spark and you talk about bringing impact off the bench, Lorenzo Julius is your man. How good was he, the boogeyman, coming on to spark a bit of energy later on in the game for the Sharks? It was a bit too little, too late. But If he didn't put if that's not putting your hand up for starting selection, I don't know what is. He was really good when he come on. A fantastic little effort there to score. Sharks were just beaten physically, I think, handling errors, not helping them as well. Jordan Hendrickson was 1 from 2 off the tee. And then my standouts, Ethan Hooker, I thought played really well. Didn't get a lot of opportunity with ball in hand. Strong, really strong defensively. To be honest, I think him and Lorenzo Julius could be a really good centre partnership for the Sharks moving forward. I think Esterhazy and arm injured, put these guys in the centres. Over to Toulouse. Bit of back and forth in the opening minutes of the game, but a huge momentum shift was Romain Intermark's 50-22 that then leaded to Meafor's try. Big, you talk about momentum shifts in a game. It was kind of all the Sharks, those first bits of play, Sharks had all the ball. Anytime Toulouse got the ball, they either had to kick it back or they knocked it on and Sharks could play again. But Intermac in his pocket, put in a lovely kick for that 50-22, got the line out, and from there, pick and drives, a little play off 9, and you're not stopping Meafor that close to the line. 120 kegs, big, over 2 meters tall, big bopper. You're not stopping him there, mate. Just crashes over for the first try of the game. Kind of the big difference for me here early on was seeing the opportunities given turned into points. So Sharks, the first time they had an opportunity, they squandered it. The first opportunity Toulouse got, they turned it into points. I thought what they did really well was attacking Sharks' rucks. A lot of isolated rucks, and guys like Jack Wallace really being a pest at ruck time and turning over the ball a lot for Toulouse. I thought their handling and offloading in certain bits of the game was really good. Toulouse did. They always look to play the little offload. The ball carrier is aware of it. The support players are aware of it. They're expecting it as well. So they're running those good short lines. So whenever there's a half break, the support player is not keeping his line. He's turning to run towards the ball carrier, and it makes it so much easier for the ball carriers. Gives a little offload, and that support player is right there to take the ball on. Huge start to the second half for Toulouse, keeping that ball alive, finding space out wide with LaBelle. He played little ball to Ramos. Ramos with just a dirty little offload out the back, and Blair Kinghorn goes over in the corner. How good was that from Ramos? But how good was Ramos in this game? 4 from 4 off the tee, 100% off the tee. Throw in a dirty offload out the back, try assist. On top of just his awareness, his game awareness of where the ball's going to be, when to pop up, where to pop up. His decision-making with ball in hand, when to kick, when to run the ball back. Just outstanding. And then again goes with the 100% off the tee. Just a classy player. Consistently one of the best players on the field every time he plays. And you can't bite back on that, man, because he's just one of the best players in world rugby. Definitely, hands down. Thomas Ramos, outstanding. And just a huge win for Toulouse. 20-8 over in Durban, away from home. Outstanding. The standouts for me, Ramos, great off the tee, the try assist, all over the park, just outstanding. Great game for him. And then Anthony Dupont, so effortless in what he does, but so good at it as well. Just kicking off both feet, option taking off the back of the ruck. Defensively, really good as well. Whenever there's a little line break, he's that first person there to make that tackle. Really good, and just classy effort on his 50th cap for Toulouse. Huge game, huge win for Toulouse, away win, massive in this competition. What did you guys think? Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.